You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow? To Have and Have Not wasn't just a wartime romance. It was a controlled experiment in chemistry, power, and propaganda that reshaped Hollywood overnight. Behind the smoky looks and clipped dialogue, chaos brews. Scripts collapse. Politics creep onto call sheets. In this video, you are about to hear 15 weird facts about To Have and Have Not. Fact number 15, the film begins as a lie and ends as a star machine. To Have and Have Not pretends to be a faithful adaptation. It is not. The Hemingway novel is stripped down, hollowed out, and rebuilt to serve a different purpose. Not literature, but alchemy. Howard Hawks keeps the title and throws away the soul. What replaces it is a carefully engineered star test. The real objective is not story, but chemistry. Hawks openly admits he is proving a point after Casablanca. Same ingredients, different heat. What audiences do not know is that this film exists to manufacture lightning on command, and when it works, Hollywood realizes stars are not discovered. They are constructed. Fact number 14. Lauren Bacall is not cast. She is activated. Lauren Bacall is 19 and terrified. She has never made a film like this. Hawks does not protect her. He reshapes her. Voice lowered deliberately. Chin tilted down to control nerves. Movement slowed to project confidence she does not feel. On set, she is coached relentlessly, not to act, but to command space. Bogart notices immediately. What audiences read as natural magnetism is actually discipline under pressure. Every pause, every look is rehearsed. This is not romance blooming. It is a performance calibrated frame by frame, and it turns a fashion model into a myth overnight. Fact number 13. Bogart is not playing a role, he is guarding territory. Humphrey Bogart senses the shift instantly. This film is not centered on him, and that is new. He is already a star, but now he is sharing gravity. On set, he oscillates between mentor and rival. Scenes are blocked to rebalance power. Dialogue is trimmed to sharpen contrast. What audiences miss is the tension underneath the banter. Bogart knows the camera loves her. He adjusts instead of resisting. The result feels effortless, but it is strategy. Not jealousy, but awareness. This is a veteran adapting to a changing hierarchy in real time, and it makes the film hum with danger. Fact number 12. The famous whistle line is not written. It is weaponized. That line is not casual. It is precision engineering. Hawks crafts it to do one thing, establish dominance without aggression. Bacall delivers it with controlled stillness. No smile, no apology. What audiences think is flirtation is actually power reversal. The line lands like a challenge. Studio executives panic. They fear audiences will reject a woman who leads the exchange. Hawks refuses to soften it. He understands the moment is seismic, and he is right. The line becomes legend because it signals a new screen language. Confidence without permission, desire without submission. Hollywood never quite recovers. Fact number 11, World War II is not background. It is a studio shield. The film hides behind wartime urgency, Vichy politics, resistance subplots. But these elements are camouflage. The real goal is to smuggle adult intimacy past censors. The production code watches closely. Hawks uses geopolitics as cover. What audiences do not realize is that every political scene buys freedom elsewhere. A kiss held longer, a look sustained, a line sharpened. Studio notes push for clarity. Hawks pushes back with relevance. The war becomes justification, and it works. The film passes inspection while redefining sexual tension. Not by breaking rules, but by distracting the guards long enough to slip through. Fact number 10, the studio does not trust the film and tries to seize control. Warner Brothers grows nervous halfway through production. The tone feels slippery, too sexual, too quiet, too dependent on glances instead of action. Memos flood the set, requests for reshoots, demands for clearer politics. Hawks listens and ignores most of them. What audiences never see is how close the film comes to being flattened into formula. Scenes are protected by timing and clever coverage. Hawks shoots alternatives he never intends to use. The studio believes it has leverage. It does not. And right here, go ahead and like and subscribe, because this is the moment the film survives by pure directorial nerve. Fact number 9, the set is calm on the surface and volatile underneath. The atmosphere feels relaxed. Jokes circulate. Takes move quickly. But tension simmers just below the surface. Bogart and Bacall are circling each other emotionally. Hawks watches closely. He does not interfere. He encourages proximity, long rehearsals, tight blocking. What audiences feel as electricity is sustained exposure under pressure. Crew members notice the shift. Energy changes between setups. Dialogue crackles differently after lunch than before. This is not romance blossoming in private. It is emotion unfolding in public under lights. And Hawks captures it without comment. The camera becomes a witness, and the witnesses never forget. Fact number 8. The film is quietly teaching audiences how to watch a new woman. Bacall does not perform femininity the way Hollywood expects. She does not flutter, she does not chase, she waits. This confuses early preview audiences. Studio reports flag her as cold. Hawks pushes back. He knows restraint is the point. What audiences do not realize is that the film is retraining perception. Silence becomes strength. Stillness becomes command. The camera learns to follow her pace instead of controlling it. This is radical, and it sticks. Within months, a new archetype emerges across studios. The woman who does not ask, she decides. To have and have not becomes the blueprint without ever announcing. Ho itself. Fact number 7. The music is doing emotional labor. The script refuses to spell out. Hoagie Carmichael appears relaxed, singing, drinking, playing piano, but his presence is structural. The music carries what dialogue cannot say. It smooths transitions, signals longing, softens danger. Hawks uses songs as emotional glue. What audiences miss is how deliberately the score fills gaps left by restrained performances. This is not background texture, it is narrative reinforcement. When characters refuse to explain themselves, the music steps in quietly, not dramatic, but essential. Remove it and the film collapses into fragments. The songs hold the tension in place, and they make the silences survivable. Fact number 6. The ending is rewritten to preserve ambiguity, not closure. The studio wants resolution, clear allegiance, moral certainty. Hawks delivers something else. The ending lands softly, intentionally unresolved. Characters move forward without speeches. What audiences interpret as romance is actually trust earned under fire. The politics fade, the connection remains. This frustrates executives, but it satisfies something deeper. The film refuses to tidy emotion, it respects intelligence. What viewers carry with them is not plot, but feeling, a sense of continuation beyond the frame. That choice becomes the film's quiet rebellion, not explosive, but lasting. And it teaches Hollywood that sometimes leaving questions unanswered is the boldest move of all. Fact number 5, the film quietly rewrites the power balance of screen romance. To have and have not does not announce its revolution, it normalizes it. The man does not chase, he responds. The woman does not soften, she calibrates. What audiences do not consciously register is how the film shifts the grammar of desire. Power flows through silence, timing, and restraint. This is not a battle of wills, it is mutual recognition. Later films imitate the surface, the trench coats, the cigarettes, but they miss the core. Hawks understands that equality on screen does not require speeches. It requires trust in the audience to read nuance, and once that door opens, it never fully closes again. Fact number 4. The film launches a real romance that alters Hollywood history. What begins as performance bleeds into reality. Bogart and Bacall fall in love during production. Quietly at first, then unmistakably. This is not studio fabrication, it is documented. Letters, testimony, consequences. Bogart leaves his marriage. Bacall enters a spotlight that never dims. What audiences do not know is that this film does not just create a pairing, it reshapes public belief in authenticity. Their relationship sells sincerity in an industry built on illusion. Every later appearance carries weight because viewers sense truth behind the roles. The line between screen and life collapses, and Hollywood spends decades chasing that same electricity again. Fact number 3, the film is a dress. Rehearsal for Hawks' own obsession. Howard Hawks returns to the